And then Trump confirmed that the Eagles are invited to the Super Bowl, is what I've heard. So,
You mean to the White House, bro? To the White House.
yes, exactly.
You said to the Super Bowl.
Invited to the Super Bowl,
Hey,
and they're going to
you
win.
come to the Super Bowl. You look at him hiding his head over here.
And welcome back to another episode of your favorite couch potatoes. We got Philly Simon, we got Shawnee Boy back. Let's fucking get into it, man. All right, Simon, you were here last time when we talked about it. We were talking about the faking injury bullshit in college. So you were talking about that the penalty or whatever you want to call it wasn't enough. Heard a proposal. Now, faking an injury could lead to a timeout being issued towards that team. Do you think that's enough? Is that enough of a penalty?
I think it's a good penalty. I really think it's a good penalty. I mean, that's a severe penalty, but the problem is how do you tell that someone is faking an injury,
Right.
man? How do you tell? Because a cramp, most of them say it's cramp, right? I mean, they go down. They most say it's a cramp. How do you prove how do you prove that? You know what I'm saying?
It's all subjective, right?
Well, why not sit somebody out for a series? A series.
I think, yeah, that's what they said. I thought that's what we said last week.
Is that what that was?
And I think your point was that what if it's a shitty player?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm glad I thought of that one, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, I think both of them, right? So that player has to sit the series and timeout issued to the team. Timeout's a huge deal. You know,
Timeout is
what?
Yeah.
It is a huge deal.
Half.
It is a huge deal unless it's like unless it's a first half type of thing. You know what I mean? Where like the other, and well, how do the timeouts work in the
In college?
Yeah,
I think it's 3 per half still.
It's a 3.
Pretty
Okay.
sure.
I think
pretty
so, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's way too hard. How do you decide, like you were saying? It's too easy to say it's just a cramp, and how are you going to prove it otherwise? And same thing with sitting someone out. Yeah, they're going to use one of their deep bench players to do something like that. I don't know. It would be cool to find something that actually works, but there's so many ways to just still get away with it, I think, right? So,
but that obvious shit, because that was the problem with college. It was just so obvious where the quarterback is telling the running back, go down, just go down. We need a timeout.
And it
So
gets
I
rid
think
of that.
shit will be able to at least
Yeah.
stop. You know what I mean? They can, and that's the thing. If they fake it enough to where, oh yeah, this guy is actually hurt, okay, I'll be fine with that. Like if I can't tell as a viewer, you know what I mean? Okay, but you can't have the obvious shit. The fucking
And I guess it does solve that for sure.
At least we'll get somewhere, right? So, anyways, I'm glad to hear that they're actually like focusing on that. But let's see. We're talking about it. The NFL Combine is happened. I think. Are they finished? They might be finished now.
Oh, I think there's a quarterback that's still gonna. I thought there was a quarterback. Did Cam bail out? Did he bail out?
Cam did. Yeah, he didn't end up throwing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the main guys never throw, but so we had the Combine happen.
It's actually still going on today, March 2nd. They're still doing it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's move on to some key updates in the NFL. We have March 4th. That's 2 days after we're recording. Deadline to franchise tag players. So we have we've talked about T. Higgins, and he has been franchise tagged.
He was, I believe.
And then Trey Smith, a guard for the Chiefs, has been franchise tagged. He will be paid $23.4 million to stay there with the Chiefs, the highest annual salary for that position in NFL history, man. That was a guy that I know the Pats people were talking about. That's a dude we should target. Doesn't look like we'll be able to get him, but we got some franchise guys like we said, T. Higgins, Trey Smith, some other guys that we could probably see a lot of names coming up here soon.
Yeah, a couple things like that with the Trey Smith. As a Birds fan, we lit his ass up during the Super Bowl, dude. He gave up his first sack of the year. He had a holding penalty, and he's barely ever called for holding. He held Jalen Carter once. Nolan Smith blew his ass up into. I think that was the play where Nolan blew him up into. Remember when Mahomes threw the pick? I think that was when you remember when he was off balance?
To Jean or to?
No, it was the other one. It was to Bond. So obviously it was just a one game thing. I mean, to pay him $24 million, God, that's insane, man. My God.
Hey, that's what they need, though, right? Like, I know you guys exposed him, but that's their weakness was the O line this year, right? Gotta pay that guy.
Yeah, gotta
pay somebody.
Yeah, gotta pay him. I also want to talk real quick. I'm sorry. What's his name? The Vikings quarterback. I almost called him
Darnold,
I almost called him Sam Bradford. Oh my God, dude. No, Darnold. Darnold is. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with him real soon.
Yes,
I'm really interested in that.
Okay, let's hop into that because the first domino fell. So what's happening is that apparently Matt Stafford was the first domino to fall with all of these free agency quarterbacks. So Matt Stafford, he ended up meeting with the Giants and the Raiders, and he was kind of allowed to almost be in free agency, but he wasn't. He was still under contract, but the Rams allowed him to. And what ended up happening was apparently I think it was the Raiders offered him more money, or maybe it was the Giants, probably both, to be their quarterback, but he ended up taking a deal, restructured contract to stay with the Rams for a 2-year deal, and is, like I said, taking less than was offered by the Raiders and the Giants. And with this move, the next domino to fall is your favorite Couch Potatoes' favorite quarterback, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Will be the next guy. But yeah, Matt Stafford staying in LA, obvious great choice for I think both of them. You know what I mean? He's got his family set up there. He's got his life set up in LA. They have a good team, like I talked to you about last week, Simon. They were your best competition in the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely stay in LA if you can. But yeah, so Aaron Rodgers is the next domino to fall, and apparently the Giants were trying to get Stafford, and now they really want Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
That is so on brand for that franchise, man. Let him have him. Is he for sure out on the Jets? Is that even guaranteed?
Mm-hmm.
It's 100%.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
he hasn't been officially released, but the Jets have come out and said we are moving in a different direction.
Send him to the Giants. Send him off. That sounds great, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I get to see him twice a year. That is awesome. And I mean, let's say he's playing great.
If he goes to the Giants, you have to go to that game.
I know.
Yeah, that would be. Awesome.
I'll go to. It'll be so expensive here. I'll go to the one up in the Meadowlands.
The shithole.
It's just so pricey now. Yeah, but no, that's exciting. That's intriguing. Who reported that, bro?
I think it was Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport. Okay. He was that's the next domino to fall. So apparently Stafford kind of set the free agency QB market where wherever Stafford goes, then everything else is going to come. Like Stafford's the number 1. I think Rodgers is the number 2. I think Darnold might be number 3, Russell Wilson number 4, kind of. You know what I mean? There's some decent names out there in the free agency market. And to be honest, I know we talk a lot of shit on him, but I would pick Aaron Rodgers over anybody else besides Matt Stafford, obviously, in this QB free agency market right now.
Depends what you want. If you want to, you know what I mean? Ability-wise, sure. But there's all the other things that comes with it. But if I was an NFL franchise, I would pick I'd probably take him.
Yeah.
You think over Darnold, younger guy? I think out of all those guys, you're playing with a bunch of mid to late 30s right there, and then you've got Darnold, who's younger. He's still in his 20s, I think, right? So he's by far got more time to And he
He's
played great.
about
He played great last season.
yeah, he's about I think he's almost 30, maybe 29 years old,
I
maybe.
think he actually is. I was hearing the other day he's a younger guy. Like
I think
he
he's
came out real young when he was drafted. He was like 22 or something.
okay.
He's 27 right now.
Oh,
27.
because I think he's been in the league 6 years. I think because that's when I
Wow.
came out to
Okay.
Philadelphia. I think that was his first year with the Jets. I think, but
Well, it's going to be interesting because we're only we're about a week away from teams being able to talk with free agents, unrestricted free agents. So the deadline for that is March 10th is when they can talk to him. You'll see all these deals. It happens every year. Schefter reports that, so and so has signed a deal with whatever on March 10th, but it can't become official until March 12th, but they're allowed to talk on March 10th. So we're
So
only a
still,
week away from seeing all these deals happen, man. I'm excited to see what can happen. I just heard today that the Pats are interested in Chris Godwin. I would definitely be down for that. All right. Like he would definitely be Sean, I've talked to you numerous times about how he was my best fantasy player
yeah.
on my team, and he went down week 6, week 5 or something last year, something like that, with a
Yeah.
horrible injury. But yeah, a lot of free agents. We're going to see a lot of movement happen. Probably the next time we record an episode, there's going to be all kinds of movement in the NFL.
you guys were linked to
Your
I
boy,
saw Milt,
yeah,
Milt Williams, which is
mm-hmm.
interesting.
On
He's
brand for
yeah,
Vrabel.
well, yeah. I know you guys are looking to build up your interior line and as well as the offensive line. Um, so yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I think that's going to depend a lot on who we decide to sign. If we make Zach Bond a priority, we probably won't be able to retain Williams, and in particular, if we go after what's his guy for the Browns. Yeah, no way we're gonna keep him. So
Williams, you don't think?
no, I don't
Do you
think
think
so.
we'll overpay him?
Do I think you guys will?
Yeah, if we offered him something.
I don't know, Kyle, because he is a player that is getting better every year. I don't think he's ever going to be great, but I think it's like that Brandon Graham trajectory just keeps getting more solid and better, you know? Um, so I don't know, but he right after the Super Bowl, the day after the Super Bowl, he was seen wearing who is his agent? Um, no,
Rosenhaus.
it's the group. It's whatever the group is.
Anyways,
But he was wearing the shirt right away, basically
mm,
to say to the Eagles, uh,
I'm a
yeah,
free agent.
yeah,
Okay.
yep, you're going to have to work really hard to get me. So,
I love it, man. And that's Mike Vrabel came out. That's what I've been talking about. What have I been hammering every single podcast is like, we need an O line. We need a D line. We are weak in both of those areas. And obviously we're weak in wide receiver too. We don't have a wide receiver one even close, but that's where we need to build. And that's apparently what Mike Vrabel's mindset is, man. He is ready to prioritize the O line and the D line. You always hear O line, D line, Howie. O line, D line. That's what Sirianni always says. But and that's why they fucking won the Super Bowl,
yeah,
man. You guys had the best O line and the best D line.
yep,
Like, yeah, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith are very good wide receivers. Give you that credit, but when it came down to it, that O line, that D line was insane. And
yep,
so that's what he's apparently prioritizing. Like there was a report that they're not even gonna try for T. Higgins, which yeah, I'm a little upset about because I think he could be a guy, but honestly, that's where we start. If you get the amount of cap space we have, 120, 130, whatever it's going to be, if we can draft an O lineman, which I hope we freaking do, which we'll have to get into what we think the first round is going to end up shaking out, but if we can get an O lineman, we can sign an O lineman in free agency, prioritize that defensive line. I don't care who you have at wide receiver. I think if Drake May is protected, he's going to be able to make some plays. He can make it with his legs. He can make it with his arms. We saw that. So I don't care who you have at wide receiver. So I'm not mad about that at all. Prioritize the O-line, prioritize the D-line.
Yeah.
Why would they not want to go for T. Higgins? I feel like they could afford him. He's going to be kind of expensive. Do you think it's that? Just too much?
No, I don't think it's that. I think that Mike's just prioritizing different positions. Like I think
That's
that,
fair.
like the O-line was just shit, dude. It was so fucking bad. I mean, that's why I didn't want Drake May to play last year, is because when I mean, and he made it look better, but when Jacoby Brissett was playing, he just was getting killed. I mean, it was like 1.5 seconds before you saw 4 guys around him, and it was just such a bad O-line. So I think that's where it starts. You know what I mean?
Sure.
100%. So we do need a T. Higgins type. We need that kind of wide receiver, but I don't know. Like I think you talked about it, Simon. You said AJ Brown is what, top 5? Is that what you said?
I think he is. I think
I disagreed with you. I think I said maybe top 10.
That's fine. I just think in our offense, I think if he was in other pass-oriented offenses, he would put up numbers. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
he's never been
that's
in
what.
that.
Yep, I think
he
that's
was with
the
the Titans,
issue.
and that was Derrick Henry, and he's just been that kind of
yes.
number one where never explosive numbers. It's not like the Jamar Chase type, but he definitely has the talent. He has the size. He has the speed and everything. 100%.
And that's why I say top 5, and then other people use your argument, which I get. He doesn't have the stats of these other guys, but I just think from an ability standpoint, he is
top 5. But I think that you don't even need him to be top 5 all the time because of what you have at O-line and D-line. That's kind of my point, and that's why I'm not mad about Mike Vrabel. I'm not mad about these reports that are coming out, because I think we could draft somebody. You could get a wide receiver in the 4th, 5th round that could turn into something. You never know. But those blue chip O-lineman, Penei Sewell, I always talk about him. I love him. He was like I think he was like the 8th pick for the Lions a few years ago. Those are the type of guys that just don't get passed up on. You know what I mean? So I really hope we prioritize that, man, because in this draft, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of funny because like last year we knew what was going to happen. Caleb Williams go number 1. And then we started to learn that Jaden Daniels was going number 2. And then everybody knew that the Patriots would take whatever quarterback was left, which was Drake May, who happens to be the best of all 3 of them. I'll just.
Hey, I just sent you a text, bro.
I was trying to get into the draft though, but like the Titans have the number 1 pick. Who do they take? They need a quarterback. They definitely don't have a quarterback, but there's not that blue chip awesome guy. Who do you guys think they take?
Well, what's that? I mean, their need is I just, God, man, a running back is not going to go first. I don't care how good Genty is. It's not going to happen. A DN could very well happen. So I'm going
Carter.
My God, I don't know. It's either Carter or Hunter. I don't know.
You don't think they take a quarterback?
No, I don't like. I don't like these quarterbacks, man. My God, I don't know. I don't think so.
I think they take Abdul Carter. Even with his injury, he had an injury. He had a foot thing that it was coming out that he could undergo surgery or he could not. He could put it off, and he decided to apparently put it off based on the reports from other doctors and whatnot. But I think Abdul Carter is, he's the next number 11 to wear that Penn State jersey, as we all know, with Micah and everything. But I think I think Abdul Carter goes number 1.
Oh, okay.
I think so as well. I mean, for me, it's either he or Hunter, and I don't know if you're going to draft a corner at number 1. I don't know when the last corner was taken number 1.
You think it's his coach? Was it Dion? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even remember what Dion was picked. We're not old enough for that.
Yep, I don't know. I have no idea.
But I have heard reports that the Browns are definitely taking a quarterback. So I think, and obviously they need one.
Are they 2?
Yeah, they're at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think they would take Cam Ward. And then who's at 3? The Giants?
Yes.
Who do they take?
Depends on if they get Rodgers, huh?
Yep.
That's
no,
true.
I think they're going to get Rodgers. I think they want Rodgers. I do. I think I think they take Aaron Rodgers, and then they're going to, then they're going to draft at their, where they need the most. I'm looking at NFL right now as far as the needs of. So the Browns, obviously, we got quarterback, wide receiver. Wow, they need everything. Jesus. That doesn't even tell us anything.
The Giants suck is what you're reading.
My God, dude. My God. Yeah, I could go anywhere. I don't know.
I think that's the interesting thing, and that's what worries me, is that Travis Hunter could fall to 4. And I think Travis Hunter is a dynamic athlete, and I think he could be special for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's not what the Patriots need right now. It really isn't. And I'm scared that the Patriots are going to draft him. And the only thing that gives me confidence is Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel will prioritize, like I said, the O-line and D-line. But I'm worried that they just don't pass up on Travis Hunter at 4. Because that's what I'm thinking. I don't think Travis Hunter will go number 1. I don't think he'll go to the Browns. And then maybe the Giants. I guess, like you said, if the Giants get Rodgers, then they could take Travis Hunter at 3.
Yep.
But if they don't, do they take Travis Hunter? Or, they probably take a quarterback. Do they take Shador or whatever?
Yep. I don't know. All I know is neither of these, in my personal opinion, neither of these quarterbacks are worth a top 5 pick. That's what I think. They are not worth a top 5 pick. When you got a dynamic defense edge in there, a crazy athletic corner that they think can play both quarterback or cornerback and wide receiver, like he did at Colorado,
Dude, he came out.
Is he going to do that for real in the NFL?
I don't know.
They haven't really saying it. Like,
up in the air.
People talked about him being a punt returner, which actually I think he could be very good at.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I already have 2 jobs." Bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That'd be awesome. I'd love to watch it.
I mean, yeah, but like,
I'd love to watch
it.
The
Big 12 ain't the NFL. I'll tell you that much, dude. Travis, like, you're not gonna see the same talent that you saw at Colorado. Like, I don't know.
Of course not. Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be able to do it, and I don't know. Here I am talking about I can't do fucking shit, but like, I don't know. Travis Hunter doing that?
That could be an injury risk too, just playing too much. I have a hard time imagining they would let him do that at the highest level, because that's a lot of reps in a game to be playing both ends.
It is.
It would be cool though.
What's interesting, if nobody needs if no one picks the quarterback in the first 5 picks, then it's Vegas's pick, and Vegas, I think, wants Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So they just have to kind of sit there and wait. They don't have to try to move up to get a quarterback. That kind of just falls in their lap, and not every draft is like that. So many times that, you're moving up to get that quarterback, and then you're giving away, you know what I mean? A number 1 the next year, or maybe a number 2 if you only, swap positions. But I'm interested in that. I know
they don't have to, right?
Yeah, no, they'll just sit there.
What are they, 6? You said Vegas is
6? They'll just sit there and wait for the quarterback, and then the Jets may pick they may pick a Cam, because they're the 7, so it may go 6-7 quarterback. That's what I think will happen. But
that would be wild.
I think the Browns are going to take Cam Ward. I think Cam is a Brown. I think it'll go Abdul, Cam, and I hope Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
And then Will Campbell to the Patriots at 4. Like you said, it's a Patriots show, so let's do it.
However, let me counter this. If Myles Garrett commands 3 first-round draft picks, and that's what they think, and the Browns need to do this, I am telling you, if you want to rebuild, that team has to rebuild, right?
Yes.
You ship Garrett, you get 3 first-round picks, and now you start to rebuild your team. So let's ship Garrett. I don't know if you draft a quarterback. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think you want to build your team around that if you're going to start building a team. So you ship Garrett off. You get the 3 picks. You get an edge rusher, or you get or you get one of the offensive linemen that's out there. And then next year, when it's if it's looking to be a richer quarterback class, then you get your quarterback, because the Browns still ain't going to be shit next year either.
No,
they're going to have a top 5 pick next year. Why rush it?
Hey, I think that's a good point. That's a good point. Are they going to be patient enough? Do you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. If you get those, if they get 3 first-round picks, man,
for Garrett,
my God, and then they're going to have their own freaking picks every year. I mean, you could, Now, I don't trust Cleveland to rebuild a team. My God, I'm assuming that they could, and they are the worst quarterback draft. They have drafted Tim Couch, number 1 pick. They drafted Johnny Football, right? Didn't they? They drafted Manziel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They drafted.
They fucked up the only quarterback they had in the last 20 years, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
number 1.
And
they sent him off because his shoulder was fucked up.
Wasn't that crazy? They are the worst, man.
Dude, we've definitely been Baker Mayfield fans on this podcast, but like the fact that the Browns did that, dude, makes no sense.
Yeah.
They should have just sat him for that year. His shoulder was fucked up, and they put him out there, made him look like shit, and said, well, we have to move on from this guy. And then what does this dude do? He goes and fucking beats the Eagles in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is a fucking talent, and this is the only talent that the Browns quarterback room has had in the last our lifetimes. Me and Sean's lifetime. That is the only talent we've ever seen at the Browns quarterback position.
Oh, they had Joe Flacco.
Yes, Joe Flacco did have a run. You're right.
Joe Flacco. He was doing his thing out there.
They did.
That's what I wanted the Pats to sign Joe Flacco as their bridge quarterback. I thought he would have been, and he would have been, a lot better than Jacoby Brissett. But fuck, man. Let's stay in the AFC North. Omar Khan came out, the GM for the Steelers. Con artist is what they call him. They are going to prioritize getting a deal done with either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, is the report coming out per Shefty. I think I can already gauge what all of our opinions are. I think we would all go Justin Fields if you're going to prioritize one or the other, right? I know I think it was the last time you were on, Sean. Like, we were looking through Fields' stats, and like, he had a good run. He was 4-2 and everything.
I liked him.
Is there any point in bringing Russell Wilson back? So obviously, okay, I'll just say it for all 3 of us. If we're choosing between Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, we're all taking Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
100%.
Is there any point in trying to entertain Russell Wilson coming back to the Steelers?
I don't think so.
No. Why?
What about Aaron Rodgers?
I don't. We talked about this last week. They won't put up with his bullshit, dude.
Yep.
They don't put up with his bullshit over there.
And then the Khan did say he wants to come and get a deal done with George Pickens. He's coming up on a deal, and that dude's a talent, so they for sure need him. So we'll have to see what happens with the Steelers, man. I don't know. I just don't see a way for them to rectify this team. Like, I feel like that offense is just kind of just so fucked. Like you said, I mean, you bring in Aaron Rodgers. It's crazy that we talk about him this way, because Aaron Rodgers has been, he was Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes. He was the talented thrower of the football that we'd never seen before. But you put him, like we're saying, you put him in that Steelers offense, you don't really see much. I don't know. I feel like they need a full rebuild, man. I feel like they need to It's wild to say, but I feel like Tomlin is never going to win another. I feel like Tomlin's not going to win another playoff game. I just don't think. I think they need a full rebuild.
Well, certainly not in the near future. I mean, you can just see that right now. Yeah.
Right.
And you got to assume he's not going to be there for another 10 years. You know what I mean? I mean, to keep a coach that doesn't win anything, for 25 years is just, I mean, how long do you keep doing that? So no, keep Fields 100%.
Just stick with him. Do you think they draft a quarterback this year? Maybe one of those
I don't
lower.
think so.
They might get a lower first round guy like a Jackson Dart, Quentin Ewers kind of guy. They apparently both impressed. Jackson Dart was like the best quarterback to throw at the combine. Maybe one of those guys at 20, 21.
Is it pretty likely that they lose one of their running backs this year? Isn't Jalen Warren?
I think Najee's a free agent.
Or Najee? Is it Najee?
Unrestricted,
okay.
Yep.
I
just don't know, man. They got such a talented team that they just can't do anything with.
Yeah. They're stuck in the middle of the pack. They are like the definition of mid.
Yeah. It's really, it's hard. It's actually a hard place to be, Sean. It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
not
going to draft.
Yeah. You're right, man. And you got to have a really good man to get yourself out of a hole. You don't just have to have the picks lined up. You have to have a GM that can get compensatory picks. That like the way this stuff is set up, man. When you let free agents walk and stuff like that, sometimes you get compensatory picks for that. We're going to get a ton of picks, man. We're going to get picks from Milton Williams leaving. We're going to get picks from Josh Sweat. Howie does this all the time, man. And we end up having 7 picks a year. We do.
Yeah.
This, so a good GM, can do that. Bill Belichick could do that. My God, dude. Every year he's hitting on these, he's got 5 third-round picks. And I remember one draft, he had like 11 picks.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, I remember that one year. I'm like, how many times did they get the draft? They just won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I mean,
you pick at 32, but then you got, picks 37, 42, 44, 40. Like, you can build a team and that's exactly how he did it, man.
You absolutely can, man. I can't believe these. The better and better the Birds do, man. I can't believe that these teams stay on top for so long. My God. That the Chiefs can do this, that the Pats did that. I can't even believe in today's age that they can do this. It's just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
The system is, like you said, it's built to not allow that to happen. And when you see these teams do it, it's pretty crazy. Like, and I don't know. I think we might be entering a Chiefs rebuild. I don't know if they're going to be that good going forward. They are going to apparently keep their tight end, Travis Kelce. He texted Pat McAfee apparently and said, "Can't go out like that. Fuck that. Like, that left a bad taste in my mouth." So apparently he's coming back. So we don't have to worry about that. We got another year of Travis Kelce and T Swift. At least.
I don't think they're going into a rebuild next year. Is that what you're saying? Next
year?
No,
not like full rebuild, but I think their dominance at the top, because we talked about it this year where, we were on the podcast before the Super Bowl and it's like, the Eagles have everything.
Yeah.
They have the running game, they have the O-line, they have the D-line, they have the secondary, but they don't have Patrick Mahomes. And then when we looked at what Patrick Mahomes was supposed to do versus what he could do, we didn't.
But he also wasn't great. He also wasn't great all year. That is the other thing. They were exposed as not being the team that they've been over the last few years. They were completely exposed. And yes, they were winning close games, and it shows grit. It shows character. And great coaching. I was going to say that. Thank you for stepping on my final point there, Kyle. Coaching. My God. God, you only host the fucking show, dude.
What were you saying?
I don't know anymore. It doesn't matter.
Totally gone.
Let's talk about the Patriots again. I don't know.
Something we really know a lot about.
The floor is yours, Simon. Go ahead.
No. Bro, I have no idea what we're even talking about right now. Moving on.
The coaching for the Chiefs is
they weren't as good as we thought they were. They weren't as good as we thought they were, and they're going to have a hell of a time getting past the emerging teams, the Ravens and the Bills. I just do. I think they will not make the Super Bowl next year. If I was a betting man, I don't think they can keep getting by these monsters year after year. It's just going to catch up with them.
I agree with you, man. All right, let's finish out with a couple big storylines. We were talking about it a few weeks ago, Simon, when we heard the Cooper Kupp news. And what I said was that I'm right again. Well, what about that? How about that? The Bills paid Khalil Shakir 4 years, $60.2 million for that same position. So I don't think the Bills are going to go for Cooper Kupp. And Shakir is the guy they're definitely going with forward. And it's going to be interesting where Cooper Kupp ends up, but Shakir is definitely the guy that they're, hitching their wagon to.
He had a good year. Like, don't get me wrong. Shakir had a great year this past year, but I felt like his first year taking that leap, that's a lot. It's a big contract right there, huh? Whew.
Hey, if I'm wrong and the Bills fuck this all up, all right. Who cares? Who cares?
What are Rams going to do? The Rams need another receiver, bro. If they're extending, you know what I mean? They restructure Stafford. But they need another receiver,
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they draft one. Maybe that's who they draft.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they draft somebody, but they need another receiver, man.
All right, let's get in some Eagles news. Heard a couple of different things. Simon, I'll start with you, and then Sean, if you have any thoughts. So, one is A.J. Brown said that Micah wants to be an Eagle based on all the podcast shit they do. Micah Parsons, that is, who is a Dallas Cowboy, which we had Fice on for this one. And then Trump confirmed that the Eagles are invited to the Super Bowl, is what I've heard. So,
you mean to the White House, bro? To the White House?
Yes, exactly.
You said to the Super Bowl.
Invited to the Super Bowl, and they're gonna win.
You come to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Look at him hiding his head over here. Bro, of course Micah Parsons wants to be an Eagle. Who the hell doesn't want to be an Eagle? I bet he does, man. And he cries a tear every time Howie drafts. And you see him on his pod, I can't believe they got this. I can't believe they got that. Yeah, he wants to be an Eagle. Bro, there's not enough room for you on our team, man. There's not. You demand too much money.
Yeah.
You're not going to be an Eagle, bro. You will not be an Eagle. And that's not the kind of offense that Fangio runs. He doesn't run an offense where he lets a rogue end roam all over the place. He doesn't do that, okay? He does cover 4. He tries to rush 4. I mean, he don't do that.
Yeah, you're never going to get...
No, it doesn't even work with our system, with Fangio's system, I promise you.
Yeah. There's no way that move ever is even approached. He would have to take the craziest pay cut of all time. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. No, it's madness.
Doesn't make any sense, man. All right.
He's the perfect cowboy. No, he's the perfect cowboy. He needs to stay there, dude. He's the best, dude. He is the perfect Dallas Cowboy. He's a jackass, dude. He can stay there, man. I'm glad we didn't draft. It's like this town cried when we didn't draft him, and I'm glad we didn't draft him. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's finish it out with a couple quarterback news. The Saints GM came out and said that Derek Carr is a guy we can win with, and their quarterback won.
Proven winner right there. All he does, that's all he does. He's a win.
Hey, man, 9-8 is winning.
What were they last year?
Slightly.
5 and
I'm just
12 or
Was
whatever.
it 5 or 6? Something like that. Yeah.
I bet his career record. Like if I was going to guess, it's under 500. It's got to be right.
100%, dude. Derek Carr is not a good quarterback. He really isn't.
Do you remember the first 2 weeks of the season though? He was slinging that rock.
Yeah.
I think they're hoping that they get 16, 18 games of that next year.
All right, you think
No.
Simon, you think near 500?
No, I think he's 15 games under 500.
Bro,
he
is 15 games.
Let's go! Let's go!
77. Check my math. 77 wins, 92 losses.
Wow.
Is that 15?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Holy shit! You called it. How about it?
That's why they have me on the pod, folks.
Bro, this dude fucking sucks. I mean, it's a joke on this podcast. I've been a hater of Derek Carr since day one, but our boy Hunter, he's a Saints fan. He's talked about it. Baker Mayfield was a free agent the same year that Derek Carr was, and they went for Derek Carr. They didn't even entertain Baker Mayfield. It's fucking stupid. And for them they're so fucked, dude. That's the thing is like the Pats have some hope. I make this a Pats podcast as I should because we're still the all-time winningest franchise, obviously. Anyways,
I wish I had a cricket soundboard right now.
I know Vice has it. Has it.
I know.
But
why don't how about the Saints? How about the Saints go back in time and ride with Jameis Winston again, man?
Dude, that's exactly what Hunter says all the time. Hunter's been a big fan of Jameis Winston.
I bet. All right. If you go to career records, I think Jameis Winston is 20 games under 500. That's what I think. But I'm going to say 20 games. What is it?
All right, let's look it up.
Come on, please.
I don't know if he's played enough games.
Give me the
under
the the fucking Jeopardy music.
Do 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 do.
You said 20 games?
20 games, man.
All right.
Come on, baby.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, he's probably won the same amount of games as Derek. He's probably won 65 games. Was
36 wins and 51 losses as a
15.
starter.
Oh, 15. Okay. All right.
Not bad.
All right. That's not bad. Dude, what's the difference, man? Jameis Winston can sling the rock, man. At least you're going to. And by the way, I think Kellen Moore wants to run. He is a passing-centered offensive coordinator, man.
Jameis?
It'd be fun, man.
That would be a fucking duo right there.
Yeah, it'd be fun, man.
3 touchdowns, 3 turnovers a game.
Yes, exactly. He'd throw for like 40 touchdowns. He'd be the first quarterback in NFL history to be a 40-40 man.
You know what he was? The first quarterback to throw 30 and 30.
Was he really?
Yeah. Legit. When he was still in Tampa, bro, he threw 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Only quarterbacks to this day to ever achieve that mark.
Oh, my God. Wow, that's crazy.
No, that's what's
I'm on a tear this morning.
I'm killing it. Oh, my God.
Can you predict what's going to happen to me tomorrow? I need to know.
Sean, he needs to tell us how to fucking swing the golf club at this point.
I need some advice.
Shit out.
My God.
That's awesome.
I'm going to walk all downstairs to my wife all proud like I did something today. She's going to be like, you're such a loser.
I told a couple 25-year-olds a couple of stats about football.
Yeah.
I know
Absolutely dialed, though.
Dude, that guy I would keep him around just because he is funny as hell. I had no idea, man.
I think he's
Great
not
locker room
signed to
guy.
anybody.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. I agree. I think we all agree that Jameis Winston would be a better quarterback for the Saints than Derek Carr is going to be, and they're just so fucked under the cap. Like we talked about last week's time, Kellen Moore is going to be out of a job in a year or two. 2 years, give him 2 years max. They're just so fucked. There's no hope.
Did he sign for 2 years or 3 years?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter with the coaches that they can fire. Like I think Cliff Kingsbury is still getting paid by the Cardinals. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
It's fucked. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
We should just have a show one day where we just like guess stupid shit. That's the whole show, man.
Over-unders.
Oh yeah, we did like a segment where we just do just guess stupid shit.
Okay. Talk about stupid shit. Over under. We talked about it last week. 2 weeks ago. Feisty had a crazy take. 12 wins for the Cowboys.
I think Feist guesses stupid shit every week. We just gotta. I think we could just.
That's
all
what we
start doing
need.
that.
That's what
My
we
God.
need that's what we're missing. We're all just too dialed in, like you said.
My
Sean.
God.
We're missing Feisty's takes.
Yeah.
All right, how about this? Over under 7.5 wins for the Patriots next season. What's your two? What are you taking?
17. Oh wow. What was their record? What was their record this year?
Last year was 3-14.
Whew.
Ooh.
6.
7.
But by the way, we were coached by a fat fucking tard last year, Gerard Mayo. So,
well, you're gonna have a crappy schedule.
We have a
you
good
get you get to play the Jets twice.
17 total games, right?
Yep.
You get to play the Jets twice. Wow, I wouldn't make that bet. It's right around where you said, man. I can't go over or under on that, man. I can't.
I could see him going 7. I could see him getting 7 wins.
Seven wins,
under, right? That'd be under.
Wait, it was 7.5.
Our home schedule is the Steelers and the Browns, Falcons, Panthers, Raiders, Giants, Bills, Dolphins, Jets.
Wait, go slow. But go slower, man. Come on.
Steelers at home.
Win.
Could be a dub.
Browns at home.
Oh, win.
Falcons at home.
Loss.
Okay. Panthers at home.
Loss.
Ooh.
Really?
Raiders
I would give him
at
that
home.
one. I think.
Their quarterback's on the come up. He's on the come up, man.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Raiders at home.
Let's go win. Let's go win.
Okay.
Let's give him the win. Give him the win. Give him the win.
I guess. Let's assume Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for the New York Giants. Giants at home.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
L.
win.
Okay, win.
You think they take the L?
I think they're gonna somehow lose that one.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
I'm just kidding.
4.
Okay. All right. Then we got the Bills at home.
Yeah. Okay.
Loss. Okay. Dolphins at home.
Could be a win. Is it in the winter?
God,
How cold is it gonna be?
We don't know what the weather is going to be.
Get you, Simon. I know you have an idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're predicting everything. You just fucking tell me.
Yeah, I'll predict the weather.
Okay,
All right.
Jets at home.
5 wins.
Okay. Road, Baltimore Ravens.
Loss.
Bengals loss. Titans.
Win.
Okay. Buccaneers on the road.
Loss.
Saints on the road.
Ooh.
Win.
7? Is that 7?
That's 7. Keep going.
Okay, then we have Bills, Dolphins, and Jets on the road. The AFC East.
Oh, so you could win 7 or 8 games, man.
Oh,
What a line.
Let's
See
go.
what
What a
we sign.
line. You
See
just
what
made
we
it up.
sign in free agency, man. It'll
Let's
be interesting
go.
to see. Let's
Let's
fucking
go.
go, dude. Football skill here. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Vrabel and
Dude.
May. That's all we need.
All right.
All right, man. That was an awesome episode of the NFL. Fucking this shit still goes. It's wild to me. It's fucking March and we have an hour-long podcast about the NFL. It's awesome, man. I love it. It's the best sport in the world.
My God, how they set the combine up and then free agency and everything. It's unbelievable, man.
They have they got it dialed, man. They have it figured out. And
my God.
Like we said, next week is going to be the free agency kind of period. All that shit's going to go down. And then I just learned this. the new coaches. So if you're hired this year, you get to start to work with your team April 7th.
Yeah.
And then if you're a tenured head coach, you get to start April 21st. So give Mike Vrabel and Drake May 2 weeks on both y'all Philadelphia Eagles, whatever.
What were they going to do during that time? Hang around, talk about the dub still? They're going to be talking about
We're going to figure it out. I'm just kidding. Anyways, and then April 24th to 26th is the NFL draft. So we're right there, man.
We are, man. 6 weeks, man.
One pick away from Patriots coming back to.
Where's the draft at this year? Where are they doing it?
Green Bay, I think.
Oh,
Green Bay.
Not a destination for me. Not going.
You're not interested in going?
No.
Not seeing whoever the Eagles pick at 30.
No, man, that's spring break, man. You got to go somewhere. No, that's spring break because you got to go somewhere warm.
1,000%.
I'm not going north.
It could randomly snow in Wisconsin.
That's what I'm saying. That's not. That wouldn't be fun. That's stupid.
Good choice for the NFL to go to Green Bay.
They
went to Detroit last year.
Do they have any buildings there? Do people live indoors? Do they live indoors?
They're still working with mud huts over there.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Do they have any buildings?
Yeah.
Do they? Only a couple.
Yeah, I think the Green Bay, whatever, Lambeau Field, and that's it, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. That's another NFL episode for your favorite couch potatoes. Make sure to check out all of the clips on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok, and then full episodes on YouTube and Spotify. We'll check you next time.
Heck yeah.